Hey guys, here's an update. Um, Christ moved me down to St. Lucian, put me in a dumpster house, four white walls, and a bed, in a halfway house full of other kids. They're nice kids, they're cool, but terrible. Anyway, I was all depressed and miserable living in there because he has to keep me away from the priestess, and this place is sort of hidden out of the way of the priestess so she can't hit me with her loogies. So, plus, I was with the regent priest. I'm back and forth with the regent priest. Um, Crazy. So one day I slept all night down in the dumpster house, and I thought there's like 8 kids in there, all nice kids, but they don't deserve to live in this. I mean, it's like an industrial area. The land, there's no life in it. The house, there's no life in it. It's a dive. It's not cockroaches and rats, but it's still dead. No plants. I ain't looked outside yet. I don't even know, but I don't feel like it's good. Anyway, I woke up 2 days ago in in the bed, in my bed. Not that well, I woke up in that bed, but I woke up in my real bed, but in St. Lucian bed. I woke up and I was talking just Christ or something, and I was in the manger, and all of a sudden, my buddy, forgot his name, Regis, Regis comes down and he goes, "I got a surprise for you," and he grabs me, just grabs me, starts hauling me off. I go, "Where are we going?" He goes, "Regents," and I'm like, "Oh fuck." So I figure I gotta go through some more tests or something like this. We get up there, and I can start to see. So I'm still laying on my bed. Just woke up, laying there. I can still see. He takes me in there, and I go, "We're going to get the seeds, aren't we?" And he goes, "Yes, sir." I go, "How many are we getting?" He goes, "I don't know, but they're ready to put them in you." So we got the clearance to put them in you. And I'm like, "From who? Who had?" He goes, "Forget about it." Anyway, they throw me in a room. I'm laying on this bed, like a hospital table, and they swing over this big ass machine. This big machine is big. Anyway, it's got a tube coming down. Looks like you're being abducted and probed by aliens. I swear to God. I've never been abducted and probed by aliens, but I have in Christianity. This thing comes down over my chest right here. It comes down, and it's got like a needle right into it, but it's not a needle. Well, maybe it is a needle. Anyway, it comes around, comes down over your chest, and it's got a long arm on it. Comes out like this, comes down, and it has a whole bunch of hoses and things, computers stuck to this machine. It looks like something out of Ford's or Chrysler's to build cars, the welding arm, the whatever. Anyway, this thing he puts it over top of me, roughly aims it towards my heart, and then he gets the jar with the seeds. He puts the jar, vacuums it, seals it, and what it is it's not like a jam jar, man. It's like a sealed technological jar with lights on the bottom and the top and all this stuff. And then they're floating in a liquid. So he puts it in there, he sucks it. I'm watching this. He puts the jar in the machine arm, hits some buttons, it pressurizes it, and all the seeds drop down. Then he takes it and he lowers it down. I say, "Go deep, go deep. Put these seeds in like deep, like really deep, because before they always put them on surface level, just inside my skins. But I said go deep. He goes, I'll go deep as I can. So this thing comes down, it goes in, you don't feel nothing. And all of a sudden, I go, how many seeds am I getting? He goes, all of them. I go, how many is all of them? He goes, 62. And I'm like, I'm really getting 62 seeds? He goes, yeah. Well, you got 14 right now, and we're giving you the rest. And I can't believe it. And this guy, he's got a totally different voice, totally higher voice. Anyway, I thought that was interesting because everybody else I'm used to, but this guy was totally unique, like doctor guy, and he's totally compassionate, and he's a region priest. So anyway, freaked me out. He puts this thing in, and then he does something, and all of a sudden the liquid starts pouring into my chest, and I can feel it. It's running through my chest. But the seeds stay in one area. So as the seeds come out, he's letting me know where we're at, and he's slowly popping them out into my chest. Anyway, I can feel them. All of a sudden, I'm like, you can feel it, and you get tingles, and you start glowing in your chest. And some of them weren't glowing yet. And anyway, he's putting these things in me. I'm just laying there in bed. He's putting them in me. And as he's putting them in me, he tells me, just lay here for as long as you can. Don't move. Just let them settle. And the more you meditate, the better it will be. So I'm already peeking and freaking for the energy coming off them. And it's like a glowing glow spark. And it's huge. Automatically, I'm just laying there. All of a sudden, start seeing faces in my mind's eye. Not full color, like black and white faces. And I seen 4 or 5. And each face was a different face, but it had tattoos all over the face, like Native American tattoos, like Aztec looking, the stuff that you put on your arms, Aztec type. And he had it on his. I saw these faces, and they had it on their face. Some didn't have, and all of a sudden I saw one come up, and each one was angry. Each one had anger in it, in his face. And I saw one come up and had a mask, like a virus mask, like we were all made to wear. And he was really mad. And he all of a sudden he looking, and he reached up and he grabbed and he threw the mask away, like that. And that was it. I saw like 5 different guys that were angry, and they all had different tattoos on their faces. 5 different guys. Then after that, they all started glowing. They all went deep, so they're in me deep. Now they're all not glowing yet. Some are glowing, but it takes about 3 days for them all to line up in your chakras, going down and start glowing with the main ones that were in me. So I'm on my 2nd day, and wow, what a difference. My dreams are totally different. The way I do things in the dreams are different. So I'm just getting ready to go, man. He said basically, don't stress out yet. He goes, a lot of weird shit's gonna happen to you, and we're gonna watch it for a while. Make sure so you acclimate into it. And I skyrocketed, man. Then as I'm laying there, the regent, he comes up. Not the regent, what's the name? Ripley or Riley or I can't remember his name. My buddy, he comes up, and I asked him a question. I go, does this have anything to do with the week ago or so when I saw the inner light? Well, about 2 videos ago, I was laying on my back. I just woke up, and I could see a tunnel, and I could see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I asked Christ about that, and I glowed. I asked Christ about that, and he said, "Yeah, you were christened. That when that happened, you were christened." And I go, "I've been christened before, but I had no glow. So I got christened by normal priests that do that thing, do that type of thing, but there was no glow. But this one had a glow in my heart, and this is all about seeds." So 2 days later, I get my 62. 62. I didn't even think that was real. I knew I was in the 50s, but I didn't even think 62. I'll tell you about the native stuff in a minute, the visions I had. So I asked, he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I remember when that happened to you, and you were christened." I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You know what that meant also?" I go, "What?" He goes, "The divine people, the people that live up in 16, you were on your highest point in your heart. Well, not your highest, but your highest point, you were living on 16. When that happened, when you were christened, you were also moved up to 17, to level 17 in the light." And I'm like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yep." Now, what that is, it's not level 17 in the light. So Christ, like the earth realm, goes up to 13. So you're at the top of the mountain, the top of the pyramid. When you go into 14, you're the eye on top of the pyramid. You leave the mountain. You can see everything. You leave the mountain. So 14, 15, 16, 17, and you're up. Now you got to go a lot higher. But since I got to Earth, my soul, I'm down low, 17, because I got to deal with fighting war and bullshit and everything for the last, since I got here 40,000 years ago, right after or during Atlantis. That's when I didn't arrive at Atlantis. I didn't even know Atlantis was on the earth, well, not that I saw. But when I got here, I just walked off the spaceship and died out in the desert somewhere. And then I was born into these different cultures on the planet. And my family flew away. So anyway, back to this world. This time, I'm still here, still doing this shit. That's when I arrived. And so if I was higher up more, if I was where I was when I got here on Earth, I don't know. But I know I was up there. That's for damn sure. I was a lot smarter than I am today. It's like I lost it. I was just starting to get it back, gaining it back. Even with the ETs. With the ETs, I'm learning it back again. Stuff like that. Then, so when I was christened, I moved up a level. After that, a couple days, a week, almost a week after that, and they never told me nothing. I'm begging for my seeds every day for months, 6 months. They give me the seeds after I moved up. So there you go. Man, it's a trip. I found also, as soon as I got my seeds and I woke up, started doing my day, the energy, the bad energy, the muscle pain, the bones, the garbage energy, whoosh, right out my head. Like I had a headache all day yesterday. I got them yesterday morning. Had a headache all day. And it still is coming up my backbone and out my head right now, right up to the center, out my crown, garbage energy that's in me. So these seeds are basically cleaning me out of all the garbage energy. That's a trip. Last night I had a dream I was driving a car with my brother. We were driving. I woke up and it was a little junker car, like a little 2-door, 4-door car. Nothing good. I mean, you wouldn't even buy one. We're driving and it's all icy. And I'm driving it because he's sliding into the. It's all the road is ice. He's sliding all over the place, crashing the car. I'm like, get the hell out of the way. Let me drive. So I'm driving the car, and all of a sudden I wake up in my bed, and I'm consciously awake now. And usually I can grab the car and give it, but I'm thinking, oh, this car is a piece of shit. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I can give it to the zombie room guys. They use it for stuff in the room, like a junker car. And you hide behind it while you shoot the bad guys, stuff like that. And anyway, so I tell one of the region priests, hey, I got a car, I'm bringing it up. And then my buddy comes. I forgot his fuck. I can't remember all these names. He comes anyway, so I tell him I'm bringing it up. Christ is sleeping, but I'm in his manger, so he's not conscious in the spirit world. He's gone on his dream quests or whatever. And he's a Christ, so Christy, Mr. Christy, yeah. He's a Christ, but he's sleeping. So Riley comes over, I forgot his name. He's a Christ, but he's not working as a Christ. He's just here to help me. Anyway, he comes running. He helps me take the car up. Well, as I'm coming up with the car, it starts changing shape. And what the hell was that thing called? I can't remember. So anyway, I'm taking up the car and I'm holding on to it. I'm carrying it right underneath, like it's a normal sized car. I'm carrying it, and all of a sudden it starts changing, shape shifting. And as it's shape shifting, I'm looking at the car, and it's changing into another car. And I'm not doing this, man. I'm just focusing on carrying it up into the illusion, so they can take it to the garage where I got all my cars. As I get up there, I'm telling them it's changing shape. It's changing shape, and I'm not doing it. And all of a sudden it hits me. The seeds are doing it. My subconscious are creating a car, but I don't even know a car is being created as I'm carrying this junker car up. It turns out it's a 1957 Cordoba. You know, it's got the little back wingies coming off, and it's got the cool. Anyway, it's really cool looking, and it's an old classic 1957 Pontiac or a Cordoba, one of the other. And I'm bringing it up, and that's what Regis, he says it looks like a Cordoba or a old Pontiac. And so I looked it up on the net, and the closest I could come to was a Pontiac, 1975 or something. Anyway, done that. I bring it up, everybody's freaking out. The region priest take it away and test it, make sure there's no what the hell happened. Everybody's blown away that I had a crappy car, and as I was bringing it up, it turned into this beautiful car. But I've never looked at a 1975 Pontiac Cordoba or whatever the hell it's called. So I don't even know how to make these things. I never made one. Don't even care to make one because they're not really, but it's cool. But anyway, so I got this, and I'm like, how the hell did that happen? And I'm thinking, did the seeds do this? And my buddy goes, yeah, I think it's the seeds that did it. And your subconscious, somehow it worked together and you created this thing. Because I always created my stuff in the dreams. And then I grab it from the dream and take it up. So I got this idea. I always wanted a 1973, what the hell was it called? The Starsky and Hutch car, you know, the red one with the white line? I always wanted one of those. So I'm sitting there on the computer. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to get one. So I go back down. I lay down and close my eyes. And I'm in the dream. Soon I just I'm still in the dream, which usually is not the way for me. So this rarely happens unless it's another room in the illusion. Then, like the alligators, that room is always there. You can go to it anytime you want. It's a room, but this is a dream. If it's a dream room or something weird like that, I'm not used to it. Anyway, I go back down to the street. There's the crappy car. I'm like, all right, I want a fucking Starsky and Hutch car. I forgot what it's called. Sorry, I wrote it down somewhere. It's gone. As I pick it up, those crappy cars, they're rising up. Everybody's waiting to see what happens because I told them this is what I'm going to do. So I bring it up, and all of a sudden, red. Like I'm looking at the door. Okay, red. I put it down. Riley takes it, or whatever his name is. He puts it down in the illusion. I back up, and it's a fucking Starsky and Hutch car. I forgot what year. 73. I know that. Anyway, I'm freaking. I'm like, holy shit! I didn't even look on the internet for it. Usually, I'll sit for hours looking at the internet, looking at every detail of the car, creating it in the illusion. Then I give it to the Christ guy. He goes over it, makes it even better, and you get a real car for St. Lucian. That's what I've done for 5 years. But since I got these seeds, whatever I think about, I want this. And if I know it, bring, there it is. 2 times. So I got this Pontiac 19 whatever Pontiac, 1950s, 50 something, 57 was it? I don't know. And I did it again in the same dream, which never happens. And I created the Starsky and Hutch car. And I forgot what it's called. What even 1973 Ford something. Anyway, totally different way of making things. So I'm gonna keep working on that. Find my cars. I want to make that Batmobile, that heavy duty looking Batmobile from one of the last movies, with the 2 huge tires on the back, and the 2 little ones on the front. And it looks like a stealth fighter vehicle, or something like a modded Humvee. Anyway, something like I want one of those. So I've been looking online for a good set of photos I can get them. Then you get in and look at the dashboard and everything. Then I wake up with it, take it up to St. Lucian, get $1 million for it if I wanted to. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna do it from now on. Save me a hell of a lot of time. Hell of a lot of time. It'd take me 2 hours to make a car by looking at the internet and creating it in illusion. I'm doing it. I wake up, grab the car, and go up. I got the car I want. It's weird, man. And it's all because of the seeds are giving me this new perspective of abilities. So I made 2 cars and I didn't even break a sweat. I just laid in bed. It was great. It was great. Now I just need to do that and win the lottery here in reality. So since I got these seeds yesterday, they're not even all ready to go yet. But I'm gonna focus on the lottery and see what happens. Focus on other things. Because the only thing that's keeping me bored and desolate is fucking money. Until I get a job that pays a shitload of money, I ain't fucking, and I don't want no goddamn. That's a whole fucking other video. Fuck it. Anyway, the seeds, they're already working. 63. And as more things happen, I'll share them with you. And as he's putting them in me, I could feel the aliens. Oh, and Riley, the other guy, Regis, yeah, that's his name. Regis, I told him about the native. I saw these native guys, and they had Aztec tattoos all over their faces. One guy had a mask and pulled it off. I go, what the hell was that about? And he goes, that's you. Those tattoos were angry. And he goes, it's not your past life. That was your mood. You were in an Aztec mood, a warrior Aztec mood in those times in your life. The faces you saw were you. And you saw the one with the mask. He was wearing a mask and he ripped it off. I go, yeah. I go, did you see this? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's what we've been doing with your seeds the whole fucking time. That's why we took your seeds to find out all this stuff. And I go, what about the ETs? And he goes, I go, I felt the ETs at the beginning. I just felt them. I didn't see anything. And he goes, yeah, that's what we're looking at too. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Why did you just fucking tell me this stuff? And he goes, you needed your evaluations. We had to look through your seeds. I go, for 10 years, no one looked through my seeds. And all of a sudden, everybody's got to have my seeds. He goes, well, you're done. He goes, the regions, Christ, multitude of Christ, Loogie Man, priestess, they all stole your seeds. So we wanted to find out why. And he goes, you're golden. You moved up to 17. You did nothing wrong. Nothing. Defended yourself within Christ's eyes. That's fine. Christ don't like it down here, but because he's trying to get you to stop the hockey game. I go, what do you mean the hockey game? The duality. Good guy, bad guy. And he goes, that's the game on the earth. Good guy, bad guy. And he goes, when you stop that, and he goes, you are stopping it. And he goes, but to you, it's a hockey game because you like hockey. The duality. You're always fighting in the duality. Good guy, bad guy. No matter what it is, you're fighting it. And I go, I know, but I got to survive on the earth. Eat and live and breathe. And he goes, yeah, stop fighting it. And you become Christ. And you don't even have to worry about it. That part of your life is over. So that's what he told me I have to do. Stop seeking opponents, sports, politics, religion, skin color. Be at peace with everything. Or at least observe it. I go, well, I don't know about that. But I'm working on it, so. And he goes, yeah, I know. Anyway, there you go, guys. Stop the polarity fights, which is everything he said was natural law. Enslavement on the earth. They got you in. They put you in this. You never even got the time to evolve out of it. You've been too busy fighting for what you got. Fighting for what you can get. Politics. Fighting in religion. Most of that is a lie. Anyway, you get the idea. All right, so that's my update. Talk to you later.